I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. But I will tell you, I got myself the Samsung, the new, totally legit. No, I'm just joking. This is a Samsung flip phone from T-Mobile. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. Here is the phone right here. It is a Samsung T-Mobile flip phone from 2005. Maybe even 2002. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. But here it is, and we are going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the beautiful Motorola Razr from T-Mobile, because it's a T-Mobile Razr. All these phones are T-Mobile phones right here, but we will get into that. Anyway, so there's a new article. People are complaining, as always, because Apple does Apple. Apple takes and Apple gives away. You know the saying. Well, basically, Apple's removing in the new iOS 17. They're removing the place where they put the end call button. It's now to the right. The keypad is going to be in the middle, but then they're just moving that end call red button to the right. So you'll have your phone and you'll be like, okay, end call button. You're going to probably press that. Why is it not in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it not? So they decided to move the call button. I don't know why. I really don't care where it's at, as long as it can help me end the call. And personally, like I said, I really don't care, but Apple's doing it. I cared more when Apple removed the headphone jack. I cared more when Apple went out of their way to remove the headphone jack, because that was just so annoying. I did not like that at all. Because I use wired headphones. I'm using wired headphones right now. Do I use Bluetooth headphones? Yes, but I just think wired headphones are just better. I mean, I know that's a very unpopular opinion, but people are going to be like, oh, no, you think wired headphones are good? No, get with the times, Cyrus. I know. But I prefer wired headphones. I really do. Maybe I'm old school. I honestly prefer using a camera instead of using my iPhone to film. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm just old school. And personally, I am just getting ready for iOS 17, because there are some great features in iOS 17 that I'm looking forward to. The live voicemail, I mean, that is great. Even though Android or the Google Pixels technically had live voicemail where you could do call screening, even though they technically already had that, I'm still excited for the call screen, or the live voicemail, or whatever Apple calls it. I'm excited for the iPhone 15, obviously. Yeah. So what I wanted to talk about is regarding these phones. We'll get to it in a minute, but what I wanted to talk about is a few things. Is one, I miss the iPhone SE. And you're going to be saying, Cyrus, you have an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Why are you missing the iPhone SE? Because are they going to update it this year? I mean, I've been thinking about switching to an SE, because I want that product red. I talked about this in the last show when we were talking about the product, the iPhone 15, and why the colors need to be better. I mean, I'm not going to just switch to an SE just completely, just for the product red, because I can get a 14 Plus or 14 for the product red. But I miss the old iPhone 8 design, and a lot of people are going to say, well, Cyrus, I don't understand. I mean, do you like bezels on your phone? No, I don't, but it'd be nice to switch for maybe a month, maybe try it out. The SE is only $430, and if you get it with your carrier, you can probably get it cheaper. But if you buy it from Apple unlocked, it's just $430. But I'm guessing with a carrier and a carrier plan, I'm guessing that you'll be able to get that for a lot cheaper. We will see. Anyway, let's talk about these phones, because why do I have a Motorola Razr and a Samsung? I'm not entirely sure what Samsung this is, but why do I have a Motorola Razr and a Samsung flip phone? You might be asking. Well, listen to the sound of that Motorola Razr. Don't you just miss that? Yeah, hello? Yeah, I want it on my desk by Friday. Oh, you can't do that? Okay. Don't you just miss that? Oh, yeah. You can't do that with an iPhone now. Yeah, I want it on my desk by Friday. Like, it's just not the same. Anyway, the reason why I'm holding these phones is because, take a good look at them. Motorola Razr, Samsung flip phone. Motorola Razr, Samsung flip phone. The reason why I'm holding these phones is because these are 2G network phones. Now you might be saying, well, Cyrus, of course they're 2G network phones. The Motorola Razr runs on a 2G network, or a 2G band. Well, you're right about that. You're right about that. But did you know that 2G is ending this year in 2024? 2G, I don't quote me on it, but 2G is going to be ending. I can Google it right now, but 2G ending network. T-Mobile. Here we go. 2G network, April 2nd, 2024. So these phones will no longer work. I mean, they technically will still work, but you won't be able to connect to a network. And you know what scares me is emergency calls. You won't be able to make an emergency call once the 2G network shut down. Because AT&T shut theirs down, Verizon shut their Verizon shut AT&T down. Yeah, that's no, but Verizon shut down their 2G network, and T-Mobile is just their network. Their 2G network is still out there, and you can buy a Mint Mobile SIM card and literally put it in it. There's a hack. There's a hack of a YouTube video of a guy where he puts the SIM card in a modern day phone to activate it, then pops the SIM card into the Motorola Razr or the 2G phone that he desires, and it starts working. But that'll end on April 2nd, 2024. And my main concern is, obviously it's sad because I want to use my Motorola Razr. I would love to use this phone all the time. I love to swap the SIM card out. Obviously, newer SIM cards don't allow you to do that. And obviously, with the 14 Pro Max, you can't even use a SIM card anymore because it's eSIM connectivity. But basically, I really miss the 2G phones. It's just a nostalgic thing for me. Most people aren't even going to be able to remember these. Like, not a lot of people remembers the OG Motorola Razr V Free. I mean, look at how slick that is. Look at the design on that bad boy. It is just gorgeous. But there's also a security or a concern that I'm worried about is old people. Okay, old people probably still are holding on to their Samsungs or their Motorola Razrs or their LG flip phones. So they're going to have to upgrade, and obviously T-Mobile is going to push out letters and stuff like that, and they're going to say like, hey, you got to update your phone because it's going to stop working. I kept this one to put in a drawer. Throw it in a drawer as an emergency phone, and if I need to call 911, then basically I could use this phone to make an emergency call. And I still could. But once April 2nd comes around 2024, no. The 2G networks are down. And not a lot of areas have 2G network reception anymore. Fortunately, I tried with Mint Mobile, and I get a little bit of 2G reception, but not a lot. Because, 5G and 4G and LTE, it's out, and everyone's using that. Not a lot of people are using these phones anymore. That's basically what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just a little bit worried about that. Just a little bit worried about what actually is going to happen with the 2G phones. Obviously, they're going to shut down, and it's going to be sad. It's going to be a sad day for me when they shut the 2G networks down. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I'll be like, goodbye 2G. Take a picture of all my 2G phones. Just, like play the Halo theme. I don't know. But we'll see. We will see what actually happens. Anyway, I want to thank you guys all for watching another episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Once again, I'm your host, Cyrus, and 2G phones are dying. Ooh, let me do that again. Okay, I am your host, Cyrus, and 2G phones are dying. Don't you just miss that? Man, I miss that. I really, really do.